What's up, guys? It's your boy DJ. What's happening? Bam! I am out on the Fiido L3. That's right. Out here on the trails, back in the woods a little bit. Yes, you can ride this bike on the trails. It does fine on smooth trails. No, I'm talking about dirt trails. I just happened to come down this little hill right there and just to look at the creek a little bit. But at the same time, I'll give you a little chat about the Fiido L3. It's doing real good. Real good. I have no complaints. And I have to say, I really like the cruise control on this bike. It's kind of nice, you know, because I'm out here on these backcountry roads, which is where I like to ride. Privacy, low traffic areas. That's where I like to ride. Although a guy tried to be funny with me on a motorcycle, on a big old fat Harley. And like I said, these are really quiet roads. This guy came real close to hit me. Although he was in control, I just didn't know it. It was him and his partner following him. He didn't do anything, but the guy came by me on a Harley real close, boom. And then after he came by me, he got in the middle of the lane like he was supposed to. You know, way away from the white line. I always ride the white line when I ride my bikes. That way, you know, plus look at the back of my bike, guys. You cannot miss me. Then I got the light shining too. You can't miss me, okay? This guy, I'm on a long straight, so it was purposely done. And I'm just glad he didn't hit me because he probably would have killed me. You know, I'm not Superman. But anyway, having a good time out here on the Fiido L3. It is a Saturday. And those are the days I like to go on the long rides because I don't have any time restrictions. I don't have to be back at a certain amount of time. I can do what? Take my time. So yeah, came down here at the creek, checking out some nature shots, which is nice. Always a nice thing to do. Quite relaxing. Doing some praying to the Lord also about my Christian walk. Make sure I'm walking it right before God, which is the most important thing in my life, period. So anyway, yeah, Fiido L3, doing real good, having a lot of fun on it. I went on Fiido's site just to see how much some of their parts were, and their parts are super reasonable. The parts that they do have for the bike. Only thing that's unreasonable is the battery. Okay, if I happen to have this bike long enough and it goes out of you know, say it goes out of the battery goes out on me or whatever else, I will not be purchasing that battery because on the website that battery is $700, which is totally stupid. Okay, I have a 20 amp hour battery that I've only paid like $215 for, and it works perfectly fine. So if that battery were ever to go out on me, I would just stick something else in there from this company that I buy batteries for. It wouldn't be, I would make it look refined. I'd get like a 14 amp hour in there and I could stick another 14 amp hour in the back of this luggage box there, and I could have a 28, 29 amp hours of power, even more than that. So that's not a threat not for me anyway, at the price of the battery, because the other batteries that I have work just as well as this one. Matter of fact, that black bike, the Swagtron EB Pro Plus, my project bike, it has that battery on it, 14 amp hours, and I get great range out of it. Absolutely great range. I have no problems with. So anyway, just spilled the beans on that. But yeah, the controller for this bike here is only 38 bucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking long rides on this thing. I'm going to even pack around an extra controller in my luggage box there. Controller goes right into this little box right there, you guys can see. So it has to be relatively small, but I priced it yesterday. It was only 38 bucks. Real reasonable prices for stuff. But then again, it is just a little bike. The thing that makes this bike special is the big battery and the rack, the rear rack. I hope you guys are taking my advice on the Fiido L3, and that is not to purchase this bike. If you're taller, do not purchase this bike unless you get a hold of that seat post first. That is the Swagtron EB5 Pro Plus seat post. It's a solid stem seat post, no suspension in it at all, and you get massive height out of it as compared to the stock, because the stock seat post drops when you sit on it. So for taller riders, that's a negative, man. I mean, really bad. I don't know why, you know, most people brag about it. Like I said in other videos, don't believe the hype. You know, don't believe the hype. There's no lockout on that suspension stem post to make it where it doesn't drop. Okay, so just remember that if you're a taller guy and you want this bike, take my advice. See if you can get the extra long seat post first, then get the bike. You know, that's the best advice I can give you. Okay, other than that, I had to remount my luggage box. I had to remount it, make it super secure, because the first time I mounted it, it wasn't quite strong enough. So I had to get a plate because the rack is so short. Oh, you guys probably make it where you guys can see it up under there. See that? I had to get a plate. That's a steel plate, and use that to help me to mount the mounting plate on the bike. So now it's pretty much bulletproof, I believe. I don't think I'll have any problems with moving. It did move a little bit at first. I even used a part of an inner tube to help with, you know, the plate having traction on top of the rack, so it doesn't slide. So right now everything's going great. Having a luggage box is, of course, a great accessory to have. I got my pump in there. I've got food. I got a drink in there. I get thirsty. Extra tube, tools. If I were to get it flat, I can pop another tube in there and keep going. It's really nice to have that. So, yeah, guys. But yeah, I really like the bike a lot. Also, earlier my whoa. Sorry about that, guys. I literally tripped. See that? Oh, I'm getting old. That's pretty funny. I tripped over something. But anyway, sorry about that. Earlier today, my stem here got a little wobble. Yeah, you know when you shake the gooseneck and you feel a little wiggle? Well, I remedied that quite easily. And I want to share that with you guys, because if your stem gets a little loose, you may have to do the same thing. First thing you do is unlatch your handlebar latch there. Drop your folding handlebars down, and there'll be a nice big Allen screw there, okay? And you'll loosen that up, and then you'll take out the handlebars and lay them to the side. Then after that, there's a cover that covers the I don't want to call it a nut, but I don't know the proper name for it. But anyway, it's a big circular thing like this with threads. We'll call it a big nut. But anyway, it's a cover that covers that. You take that off, and then you can screw that nut by hand, and then maybe tap it a couple times with a hammer to get it on there real secure, and you'll get rid of any wiggle that might be in there. It's just a traditional bike setup, guys. Don't freak out if you get a little wiggle wobble in the neck. It's very easily remedied. It's just a traditional bike setup. Again, take the handlebars out by loosening that Allen screw there. Lay the handlebars to the side. Then after that, there'll be a little metal cover. You take that up, and then after that, you just tighten up, you know, that little nut thing with your hand, and give it. I would use a screwdriver and tap a couple times to make it real secure, and then all the stem wobble is gone. That's all I did. The bike works great. Mine loosened up just a little bit. Okay, what else can I say? I really like the cruise control on this bike, even though I don't exactly know how to operate it. But it's nice when you're on a long stretch, like out there on the road, and you know you got a 5-mile stretch, and you just set your cruise control at 10-15 miles an hour and cruise. That's what I did. Works great. I love it. But anyway, guys, just making a short video, a little update to show you the places you can go on a Fiido L3 and how well these little mini bikes do as far as using them as legitimate sources of transportation. Again, the big plus of the Fiido is the rack is built into the bike. You guys see what I've accomplished. This was my whole plan for the Fiido L3. I planned to get this bike back in 2019 or 2020. I think it was more like 2020. When it came out, then COVID hit. I couldn't get it, and I was really upset. So I ended up getting the Swagtron and tried to modify that to make it work, and it did. But this bike here, when they released it, I went ahead and got it because this is what my original plan was anyway, because it's a bit more refined as far as having disc brakes and waterproof connectors and stuff like that, and the luggage rack. Now, even though I have a luggage rack on, Swagtron is not built into the frame, so the luggage rack is an awesome thing to have on this bike. So yeah, look into it, guys. All right, I'll let you guys go later.